Yep, independence is the vibe. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Independence is the Vibe, because you know that it is.
Yes, sir.
And so, as always, we always got some kind of topic for y'all. Y'all know that already. So, today's topic is, what advice would we give to somebody who was struggling with independence? Now, I'm going to say the reason why I think that this is such a good topic is because it can apply to people with a disability, but it's not just applying to people with a disability.
Yeah.
That's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
You know, there could be many reasons why somebody struggle with independence.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
I think the main one be fear.
Fear is a big one.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to living independently.
Yeah.
It's fear is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Also, even like in your finances, like working a job versus having your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could come with some financial freedom.
Yeah.
But cutting loose from that job almost means not having a steady paycheck for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, fear could be a big reason why people struggle with independence.
Yeah.
Also, I think that, you know, and this kind of ties into fear, but the reason why people are afraid is because they're afraid they're gonna fail at it. That's big, you know.
That's always the thing. You always, feel like you might fail, but you won't know unless you try.
Right, you know, and I think that's the scariest part is just stepping out and trying.
Yeah, the unknown is always scary.
Yep. That should be a tagline in this podcast, because you done said it so much, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's gonna happen, it makes you paralyzed with fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think if we as a people would learn how to take what we're afraid of and turn it into growth or like some kind of strength, man, we'll be better off. You don't think so?
I think so.
I think we'll be better off. You know what I'm saying? See the fear of the unknown as like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
You know, like an extreme adrenaline junkie. You know what I'm saying? You do something that you're not too sure of.
Yeah.
And see how it go.
It's like, I'm telling the story, man. Like when I got that internship in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
I was having a whole bunch of things run through my mind. Like, man, what if this happened? What if that happened? I don't have no family out there. I don't know anybody out there. So I'm like, man,
you know,
what if this happens? So I'm like, you know what? Forget this.
I'm
going.
And you went for it.
Yeah. I just blocked out the negativity in my mind, and I was like, I'm gonna just figure it out as I go.
Man, everything starts in your mind, I think. You know, especially if it's something you ain't never done.
Mm-hmm.
All of the bad and the negativity comes up more than the positive.
Yeah.
I think that we have to retrain our brains to not always focus on the negative when it comes to stuff that's unknown. Dig through the rubble and find some positivity.
I don't like having that thought of what if.
Right.
You know, like that regret,
Mm-hmm.
Like, dang, I wish I would have did that.
Yeah. I've talked to a lot of people when it came to education. They was like, I wish I would have went to college when I was younger. Right. And now they like, now I'm in my 60s and I feel like I'm too old to go to school.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I would have did it when I was in my 20s. And,
mm-hmm.
You know, but like you said, that what if, it's heavy.
Right.
You know, but the only way to get that weight off you is to try. You know, you only miss 100% of the shots you never take. You know.
There you go.
So, I mean, you gotta try. It is worth it. You owe it to yourself and the support team around you to at least try. You know, you got to. Now, of course, if you really know me, I don't like taking risks unless it's calculated.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm slowly learning that sometimes you got to take a risk that's not calculated in order to start the ball rolling so you can succeed.
I'm going to take a risk, man.
You're going to take that risk?
I'm going to take that risk.
No calculation involved?
I'm going to think about it, but I know I'm not going to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going to do it, But I'm just going to learn as I go, though.
And, I feel that because there's no situation on earth where you're going to know everything before you do it.
Right.
And that's one way that I found to kind of give myself a new thing for this year was like, take a risk. That became my motto this year.
Yeah.
You know, and I still have to work on my mindset to not shrink back from taking risks out of fear. But then also too, the stuff that I can prepare for, get prepared as I can at the same time. You know, but I'm working on my mentality, you know, to just take that chance. It's like, what if you mess something up? Well, I'm still messing up something I won't if I don't take a chance. You know, so,
Right.
you know, I'm kind of stuck both ways. I might as well take that chance.
Yeah, and you're going to learn as you go anyway. So, I mean,
Right.
that's going to make you better.
Yeah. Because you will never know. And this is what I learned about myself. In order for me to know where I need to work at, I got to get the ball rolling. So I can see what I'm not good at or what I just don't have an interest in. You know, I ain't going to know what to outsource to somebody else if I don't know what I don't want to do.
Right.
When it comes to business. See what I'm saying? So, you know, at this point, I'm taking risks, but I found ways to take small risks until I can talk myself up to taking something that's kind of big. You know.
I ain't never talked about this before, man, but I was nervous to do this podcast.
For real?
To get in front of the camera. I was like, man, forget it. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to do it anyway.
Man, you seem like a natural to me.
I know. I found a way how to ignore the nervousness, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just block it out. I think it comes from all the speeches I had to do in college.
And that's very possible.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, what I'm learning is, when you take a risk, it's just like building any other muscle in your body. Nobody starts lifting weights by starting with a 500-pound weight. Right. No. You're going to take a small weight and work those muscles first. And the more you stretch and the more you lift weights with them small weights, the muscle groups that you need to lift the bigger weights is going to get strong enough to handle it.
Right.
And then the more you lift the bigger weights, then you start hitting your weight goals.
Right.
But nobody goes to the gym for the first time and is like, yeah, I'm going to put this 500, this 800 pounds on the bar. And I'm gonna... No, what you're going to do is kill yourself.
You got to build up.
Right.
Right.
You know, and that's what I learned with myself. It's like, I wanted to have my own business. I wanted to, you know, be able to cook without fear of, man, what if I burn my hand? What if I fall and a pot of boiling water fall on me? Like, and I was like, no, man, I can't think like that. I said, but what I can do is understand why I would fall. Okay, I don't want to fall, so if I gotta cook on the stove top, get a crutch. If the floor is slippery, put the crutch down, double clean the floor, make sure it's dry, make sure it ain't slick, and then put the crutch back on me to keep my balance and keep cooking. Yeah. You know, for the oven situation, go get an air fryer, put it on the countertop. That way I don't have to worry about pulling down a hot oven door. You know, I took a calculated risk, and it worked out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things you can use these days without having to use like a stove or an oven. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like you said, an air fryer.
Oh yeah, I love air fryer. That too. My favorite tools in the kitchen, boy.
Microwave.
Yep. Yep.
So I mean, yeah.
You know, because independence is in so many different categories. You know what I'm saying? Having your own business is independence in your finances, because you're not tied to, well, I'm working this job to get a paycheck. Right. You know what I'm saying? Independence in your household, just living on your own, whether you by yourself or you have somebody living with you. You know, you got a roommate or you got a family. You still want to, you know, like me, I be wanting to cook so my wife don't have to come home and cook, you know, when we low on food or whatever. No, I can cook. Now I can't put my foot in there like she do, or at least not yet, you know. But I mean, I could do hamburgers, I can do hot dogs, you know what I'm saying? I can do red beans or spaghetti. There you go. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got to cook all the time. And then, you know, I do the laundry and I clean up because I'm here. Right. When she come home, it's like, you ain't got nothing to do, boo. You can chill if you want to. Now, if you want to get in the kitchen and do stuff, you can. I ain't stopping that. But, I mean, you got options. You can rest if you want to because you work outside the house. Yeah. You know?
That's it, man. I know for me, I always want to be independent, man. I ain't want to depend on nobody. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I would ask questions, you know, how you do this, how you do that. You know, that way when I get on my own, I know how to do it.
And see, that right there, like he said, Travis said I asked questions, right? Because he wanted to be independent. Yeah. my independence was rooted in that same foundation. Just wanting to be on my own to prove to myself I can handle stuff on my own. Right. Just in case something happened to my parents and they not here no more. Right. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what I like about technology is I've met people from all different walks of life. And some of the people that I've met don't have a support team. They didn't have parents to teach them like my parents taught me. But with the age we live in, with all this technology, you could ask...
Yeah, you got all this digital, digital age, man.
You can Google stuff. You could ask an AI tool, which I mean, I would check that information first.
Yeah.
For serious things, I would definitely check that information first. I mean, but you got YouTube videos you can watch. You know what I'm saying? You got Instagram where you can network with people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they got Facebook groups you can join where you can learn, cooking or entrepreneurial stuff or whatever it is you're trying to learn.
Everything at your fingertips these days. Man.
Right. So you don't have an excuse saying, well, I ain't have good parents like you, so nobody taught me. No, you got technology now. And I'm not saying that technology should replace God or your parents.
Yeah.
But I'm saying God gave somebody the idea to make these tools.
Right.
And they made these tools which can improve things in your life.
Right.
Long as you use them as tools and don't become so dependent on them. So yeah, you can be independent. And yeah, the fear still be there a little bit. It's gonna be there a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be there, but once you start doing it, that fades away.
Because you gotta train your brain.
Yeah.
Stay away from the negativity and embrace the positive.
And also the people that's got something negative to say, like the naysayers.
Yeah.
Trying to talk you down, like talk you out of something. Saying, what if this happened? What if that happened?
Yeah.
I'll just tune them out.
Because they got easy ways to say, get out of my face. You ain't got to be as abrupt as I was just now. But, it's a smooth way to tell somebody, I appreciate that, but I'm going to be all right.
Yeah, sometimes you got to make them believe, man.
Yep. Exactly.
Make them believe.
So I feel like, man, the information, what I would tell somebody if there was like, I'm struggling with the idea of me being more independent. Well, the first thing I would do is ask them, what is it that you're afraid of? Because if you can say what you're afraid of, then the next question is, why are you afraid of that?
Right.
See, like for me, I wasn't afraid to live by myself. My thing was, how am I going to get from the grocery store to my house? How am I going to get from, a doctor's appointment back to my house? But see, I didn't know about the bus they have for people with disabilities that will come and pick you up at the house. I didn't know that they have medical vans that'll take you to doctor's appointments and bring you back to your house. We was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. They didn't have Uber.
Yeah.
Of course, we got it now, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't have Uber, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So,
when I lived on my own, when I moved on my own, I was worried about, like groceries, like you were saying. Like how I'm carry like a case of water up a ramp and then go inside. Until I found out about, these, grocery stores have delivery. So I can just order and have my groceries delivered to me. I'm like, cool. I'm good.
There's something else we ain't have in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wondered about that too. If I'm living by myself and I got a case of water, I could put one crutch on my own and I can go in the house. But a case of water is heavy. Believe me, I tried to pick it up with one arm before. It ain't end good. I'm going to just leave it at that.
Try rolling up a ramp with a case of water. That's...
I could imagine that because that weight is pushing back on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's plenty of technology now.
Yeah.
Like Travis said, you can order your groceries online and have it shipped to you.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of companies now who make independence so much more easier, is what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So you can get your groceries and have it delivered to you. If you're a person that struggle with moving your groceries, or like in my case, I can't get out and just go to the store. I gotta wait for a ride. So now, I can order groceries or I can order something to eat and it'll come to me.
Yeah.
Instead of me having to go to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And now we got autonomous cars now too.
I want one of them so bad. Some people like, man, there's too many risks trying to drive a car, ride in a car that you don't know if it's gonna malfunction. But But I feel like, man, it's like that when you riding in the car with somebody. In my case, I mean, you don't know if the person gonna malfunction or the cars around them gonna malfunction. You know,
Yeah.
hey, you know, I'm taking a risk every day.
Right.
Might as well enjoy it.
I mean, hey, that's true.
I want me a autonomous car though. I do.
It is nice because, you know, you be in that mother sleep.
Now, I don't know if I go to sleep, but
I just got off work, man. You just get in the car, you know, type in, go home.
and go home.
You just fall asleep while you...
And you know they making some of these autonomous cars with no steering wheel.
Yeah.
You seen them?
Yeah.
Because at first, you had to have a driver's license, even if you drive a car that drives itself, just in case you got to take over. Yeah. But then they started making them with no steering wheel.
Okay.
I'm like, so I ain't got to have a driver's license if I get one of these? Because what am I going to need a driver's license for? I can't drive it.
Right. It wouldn't be, officer.
I was in my backseat reading my Bible, sir. Taking me out. Yeah. But yeah, I want one of them self-driving cars for real.
Yeah.
You know. And see, the thing with being independent, like, I think you got to have that dream in you.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has that. I realized that too from some different people I met.
Mm-hmm.
And these people that I met, that I'm saying they ain't have it in them, they was able-bodied. They wasn't disabled.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, how could you not want to have your own? I just don't.
I don't get it either.
But your mindset is everything.
That's it.
Your mindset is everything. Not everybody wants their own stuff. They cool with, you know, this my mom's car, my mom's house, I'm good. I was good at my parents' house too, but I'm better at my own house. Yeah. You know, my dad and my mom always told me, have your own stuff.
Yeah.
So, hey, my parents, I know y'all be watching this sometime. I love y'all. Thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know.
I always want my own freedom. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against, you know, like you said, our parents or anything, but you just want your own freedom, you know?
That's a good word to use, freedom, because that's what it feel like.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, man, for the person who may be struggling with independence, man, like I said, my first question would be, what are you afraid of? And if you can answer that, why are you afraid of it?
Yeah.
Because if you could figure out why you're afraid of something, know that fear may not ever go away, but there are ways you can deal with it where you won't have to stop your life. You can still set goals. You can still reach goals. You can still do the things you want to do, even if that fear is present. You know what I'm saying? You will learn how to adjust yourself to situations. Like I told y'all on the podcast before, I'm not afraid of firecrackers. I'm not afraid of balloons. You know, I'm not afraid of handguns. But what I don't like is the noise. It's too painful when it's a loud noise for me. Mm-hmm. So the way I deal with that, so that I can enjoy places where stuff might get loud, is I always keep headphones. Mm-hmm. You know, I always keep my phone charged, have my earbuds. You know, and if stuff get too loud, I'll put them in and crank up my favorite music. Yeah. And I'll just chill, and the music is blocking out the loud noise while I still enjoy the festivities. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's why I say, you know, that the fear of something may, depending on what it is, that fear may always be there. Yeah. But you don't have to let it stop your life. You know, so like I said, once a person figure out what they're afraid of and why they're afraid of it, then the next thing is, okay, do some research and see how can I adjust what I'm afraid of so I'm not so much fearful of it, so that I can live my life. Right. You know. So I mean, you gotta figure it out, because a big part of life is just the journey. Yep. You know, it got a starting point and it's got an ending point. That's you know. It. So just enjoy the middle. Yeah. You know, that's why every day you gotta live it to the fullest.
That's it. I would say, you know, control your mind. Mm-hmm. Don't let your mind control you. Yeah. That's what I would say.
I like that.
Yeah. And just do it, man.
Right.
That's how I live. Just do it.
You know, another thing I would tell people is, if you're struggling with your independence, look into what resources is available to you. Because it's a lot of reasons why somebody might struggle with independence. When it comes to living, they might be like, well, I don't want to live by myself. I want to be independent, but I don't want to live by myself. You may have to get a roommate. You can still be out and about and be independent, but when it comes to being at home or at your place, your roommate is there.
Yeah.
You're not living with your parents, but you got a roommate.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to look into, you know, your resources, see what all, you know, can happen with that.
Yep.
You know, it just depends on why you're struggling with your independence. But, you know, like Travis said, everything starts in your mind, man. And
that's it.
Something in you got to want that freedom.
That's it.
Because me, I don't want to be afraid of anything, you know. Even though fear is a natural human emotion, I don't want to let the fear control me, is what I mean to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said my theme for this year is take a risk. It don't have to be a big risk every day, but take a chance.
Start small.
Yeah. Start small. Take that chance and see what's gonna happen.
Gradually build up.
Yeah, cause this my year, man. I'm gonna have multiple businesses. I'm starting one at a time, but I'm gonna have it. Then, you know, we got some things in the works here. Y'all gonna see.
Yep.
You know, give us a little more time. Y'all gonna see, cause we're gonna be on here talking about it. But yeah, man, this my year. You know, and I'm not, you know, taking no for an answer. As far as being scared to take a risk, that is slowly but steadily leaving me. You know what I'm saying? To a point. And I'm getting ready to be ready. You know, so
that's it.
Yeah.
Make them believe.
We doing it slow, man. We doing it slow. We gonna make them believe, man.
Yep.
You know, you don't have to be afraid, and independence don't have to be a struggle.
Nah.
Especially not these days. It's too much technology. It's too much, you know, online groups and communities that's local that can help you to, you know, get whatever goals you're trying to get to in life. You can do it. But you got to get that fear to a point where it's not controlling you.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Independence is a vibe, man.
Of course, man. That's why we named the channel what we named it.
You know it.
But yeah, man, you got anything else for the people?
Man, just keep going. Keep pushing.
R&B, huh?
Yep.
And, yeah.
You know, stay positive. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You got to do that, man.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't never give up, y'all.
Stay away from the negativity too. You know, the naysayers. You know, keep them at bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And that's it.
That's it.
But yeah, man. Y'all stay. You know, like, comment, subscribe, share.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram and on YouTube at Independence is a Vibe, because you know that it is.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back with another video.
Stay tuned.
And we out.
Peace.